So, joining us on the call tonight is Ilyse August. Ilyse, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm hoping that you can hear me.
I can hear you. I can hear every word that you're saying. You sound fantastic. So, tonight we're going to be talking about a product that is near and dear to my heart. I had never heard of it until I bumped into New Earth, because it really is sort of at the core of who New Earth is. And since being bumped into this product, I have become an advocate, an ally. I want the world to know about it because it's changed my life. It has a long name and it has a short name. The long name is Ephanazomenon flossaqua, but we actually go out of our way to produce a product from that we call Body. And Ilyse, why don't you take us a moment, take just a moment and tell us your testimonial. Tell us about the algae and the benefit that this product has brought to your life.
Thank you for asking me to speak. Several years ago, back in 1990, I was introduced initially to blue-green algae. And so I started learning about this a long time ago, but I was young then and I didn't fully invest myself in the research of it until I was brought back full circle in 2013 to the very same company. And I, at that point in time, had a lot of issues from being an athlete and also from carrying 3 little boys 3.5 years in a row around all the time on my hip, on my arm, the carrying case in one hand, a kid in another, and another kid hanging from my leg. I had tendonitis. I had plantar fasciitis. I had every itis you can name from raising these boys and from
a lot
being
of
an
itis.
athlete. Say that again?
Is it itises or itises?
Itis, whatever, it hurt. And I would wake up in the morning and I would literally limp. So I had been using another company's products prior to this company. Didn't really have the education at that point. And then I remember waking up 10.5 weeks on New Earth on the algae. I was taking Essentials and Edge. And I remember waking up and not limping for the first time since I had all my injuries in high school. And we're talking like 20 years. I had a hip injury from a high school accident from the hurdles, and I couldn't swim. It hurt too much. I couldn't run anymore. I gained 50 pounds, and I was ecstatic from the fact that I woke up that morning and I didn't have my hip pain. And it was almost magical, because it was like every ache and pain I had just magically disappeared. So that got my attentions into researching as to what I was taking and why it was making me feel better, because I had been taking other products all these years. You know, I've always been in the network marketing industry, which is known to have the best nutrition products. I've also always been into nutrition as an athlete. So I've been taking, whether it was network marketing or regular nutritional products, I've always been taking supplements. And I began to learn from my mother's passing from ovarian cancer that vitamins are not necessarily all healthy. And this is where the learning began with author Barb Swanson teaching me about the algae and the power and the implication of what happens when we fuel our cells and our tissues, and we get them to understand the components of what is functional wellness and cellular health. And I just kept diving further and further into anything I could get my hands on about this algae and what was in it and how it was making me feel better.
Wow, that's a phenomenal story. And what I love about it is it just took you from A to B. And tell us a little bit about the power of that story, because I know one thing about you, Ilyse. You do not have a problem telling anybody about Ephanazomenon flossaqua, right? You'll tell anybody and everybody. Why are you so comfortable telling them that story?
I was just going to ask you, you want to know why?
Yeah, I want to know why.
Yeah, that was the question I was going to ask you. So that's great that you're asking me the same question I was going to ask you. I honestly feel a responsibility knowing all that I've learned. And that's just one testimonial. I've had oral testimonial from this, from dental work, getting all of the metal out from all the autoimmune issues I had. And apparently, I guess the algae brought it all together in one area in the back of my mouth. I'm brushing my teeth one morning. I see this black spot, kept an eye on it. Finally, I knew I had to get it biopsied, taken out. And they've never seen anything like that before. They said it was fragmentation from getting the metal out. The algae must have pulled it all together and allowed me to get that crud out. Okay. So that's one thing. And then I have my other big testimonial. I can't really talk about that. It's personal, but it has to do with breastfeeding. And I kept getting mastitis years ago. And years later, the algae took time to go really deep. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion when you take this stuff. And the longer you're on it, the more it's going to do to your body deep within your cells. And I believe that it started to open up the really the mess that I had in my breast tissue from all the years of breastfeeding and mastitis. And I could have easily probably gotten breast cancer, you know, and I'm not making a claim here. I'm just saying that I feel the algae has helped my body rid itself of toxins that were caught in intracellular tissue.
That's fantastic. What a powerful, powerful testimonial, Ilyse. I really appreciate you taking the time to be on the call and to just share that with us.